Hey everybody, this is Dan for GemmyD on Cars. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. I got lots of new car stuff coming out. I'm driving a very interesting car this weekend that I'll talk about later, but this is going to be, I think, my second or third version of OBS News with GemmyD, and we're going to talk about 4 different stories in the car world that have sort of caught my attention. There's so many innovative, crazy cars that are being released anymore. That's why I've been doing a lot of these OBS news sections. I just talked about a McLaren GT and then the Ferrari that came out last week, so let's get right into it. But before we do, look at my desktop right here. This is one of the cars that I'm going to be talking about today. This is the BMW M8 Competition Cabriolet or Roadster. Unbelievable looks. Just look how big these pipes are. They are just massive. So we're going to talk about this one, but 3 other stories too. So let's get right into it. Alright, the first story we're going to talk about is how Mercedes is really pushing the envelope on the production of their engines, and there's just the insane amount of power and torque that they're getting from such a small engine. So they just released, this is the M139. This is a 2-liter engine, 2 liters, twin turbo, that will produce 416 horsepower in S form. I mean, that is just unbelievable. That is over 200 horsepower per liter. I mean, my car is a 2.5 liter and I have 184 horsepower. I mean, this got me thinking, okay, back in the year 2000, there was a Ferrari 360. That was a 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V8 with only 400 horsepower. And now they have a 2.0 liter engine with over 415 horsepower. They said this is more than the naturally aspirated V8 of the BMW E92. That was 2 horsepower less than this, but this is just insane. I mean, they're just absolutely pushing the envelope on the production, and this is by far the most powerful 4-cylinder engine on the market today. There used to be some like Evo Lancers that were out that were just ridiculous power, but there it is right there. This is a full-blown AMG engine. I think in the non-S trim it's going to be something like 342 horsepower, which is still pretty damn good. I think Jalopnik was talking about that. Let's see. Yeah, 382 horsepower in the non-S trim, but that is just insane. I mean, the amount of power, I mean, I can't imagine. I'm sure they beef up the engine to be able to take such power, but this is just crazy. Now, this engine, there's a guy making an engine. This engine is going to be in the CLA 45 that we're going to get over here in the United States. So I hope that our Mercedes dealer near me gets this. I just drove an A-Class, which was awesome. So imagine this, a CLA 45 that will have the MBUX system, which I loved and tested out, which is just groundbreaking. It has the MBUX plus a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder engine with 416 horsepower. I mean, come on, sign me up. Alright, the next story we're going to talk about was just released this week, is the 2020 BMW M8. I think this car looks absolutely stunning. It's going to have a 4.4 liter V8 with 600 horsepower, rear-wheel drive. So this is the balls-out, all-out performance model of their Grand Touring car, the 8 Series. I got to spend some time with an M850, which is sort of like the M Junior version of this car. Did not drive it, but sat in it, but just unbelievable luxury. I mean, look at this blue color. I don't know if this is like a matte blue, but it is just gorgeous. The pipes in the back are absolutely huge too. Let's see if we can find that. Yeah, I just love the wheel design of this too. Yeah, it almost looks like this is the M8 Competition, so this is the upper trim of it. But yeah, it just looks so good. This is a proper BMW M car Grand Tourer. I think it looks fantastic. I know we'll be getting this over in the United States. Hopefully my Sun Motors will be getting one. I'd love to take a look at it, but just this color, the red with the sort of peanut butter interior, just looks so good. So this is recently released last week. Has the M buttons here on the steering wheel, so you can go through any personalization. M1 could be your all-out attack mode. Stiffest suspension, best throttle response, and you could do the second one to have your comfort modes. Okay, that doesn't want to work. So that is the BMW M8 that was released. So finally, there will be a competitor to the Mercedes S63 Coupe, which is unbelievable in its own right. All that Mercedes interior plus the great looks. I can't wait to see this car, the M8, versus an S 63 or maybe even a 65. So that is the second story of the day. But yeah, oh, look at those wheels. Absolutely stunning. There's the carbon ceramic brakes. But yeah, this is the BMW M8 and M8 competition. Okay, the third story we're going to talk about today is the Volkswagen id.r, and this is an all-electric car that just is destroying records left and right. Now, this broke the Nürburgring record, I think something like 6 minutes and 5 seconds, which beat the previous EV record right here by over 40 seconds. Now, this car has been making the rounds. I think they got the record of the Pikes Peak lap record for an electric car. Just unbelievable. Now, the all-time world record for a Nürburgring car is, I think, an LMP1 car, which is like 5 minutes and something. But yeah, this is just absolutely insane. If you could see the video here, let's play a little bit. Just the noise that the car makes is crazy. It just sounds like, I mean, a vacuum cleaner. I don't know what to call it, but just listen to it. Yeah, that's 200 kilometers an hour, which is 120 miles an hour. So yeah, almost 120 miles an hour going around corners like this. Okay, so I'm going to pause the video so I don't get a copyright strike. But yeah, that car is just breaking records left and right, and it's cool to see Volkswagen do that with their type of technology. So that is the third story. Alright, the fourth and final story we're going to talk about today was released by Jason Camisa, who used to be an editor for Motor Trend. I'm honestly not sure where he works anymore, but he did a comparison between a brand new X7 and an E30 BMW 3 Series, which is like the late 80s. But just look at the size difference of
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I fixed the front end of the BMW X7 by putting an E30 grille right on there.
Look at that.
And,
it's like a fifth of the size.
I fixed an E30 by putting the X7 grille on there. What do we think? Super modern,
Look
right?
at that.
I think it look great.
It just goes to show you how massive, cars in general are, but also, this is BMW's new flagship luxury SUV. I got to spend some time with them. It was absolutely gorgeous, first-rate interior. But just look how small this car is.
You can hardly tell.
Jason, good one. Yeah, there was a picture where you saw the X7 next to the E30, and the mirror of the X7 is damn near as wide as as tall as the top of the car. I guess I won't show it. Look it up, but go look at right here, Jason Camisa on Instagram. But it's unbelievable to see how big cars are in general, but obviously BMWs as well. This X7 is the largest BMW that we have ever had. It's just cool to see this having fun like that. So this is going to wrap up my OBS news. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at GemmyD on cars. I got lots of cool stuff coming. You can see what cars I review before I actually post them on YouTube there. So go give that a follow. So I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.